Chat, what's up, chat? I have a hell of a topic to share with you guys today. My buddy of mine is going through some relationship problems, right? I'll set the scene for you guys. His girlfriend walks through the door and she gets home from visiting her grandfather in the hospital, and she's broken down and she's vulnerable, right? She gets home and he's playing Fortnite with my buddy, our other buddy and I. And I guess she didn't think he was going to be living, because I guess she wanted just to come home and just watch TV and relax, but he was playing Fortnite, so that pissed her off. So she was very pissed off about it, right? So she goes upstairs and he was like, hold on, guys. I think she wanted to hang out here in the living room when she gets home, so let me just talk to her. Okay. I was like, you probably should hop off, because she got home from the hospital. Just be there for her, right? So what ended up happening was they had a talk later, and she said to him somewhere along the lines of, I can't trust you for simple things anymore. That hits a man hard, especially when you're trying to be a good person, you're trying to be there for your loved one. It hits really fucking hard. So that hurt him a lot, right? Now listen, I'm not here to defend him, but as a guy who has been through a lot and he tries his best, when you try your best to be a good person and someone says you're not being a good person, that hurts. That hurts hard, But it hits hard, really hard. And so that hit him really hard, and so he kind of became speechless, and she was like, what, you're not gonna say anything? And he was like, I don't know what to say. That just kind of hit me really hard. And that's some shit my mom would say. I would not do the dishwasher one night, and she'd be like, that's it, we're swapping chores. I can't trust you to do this fucking thing every fucking day. I'm like, I missed it one time. And so basically what this all boils down to is unspoken expectations, right? She didn't communicate with him that she wants to come home and just chill in the living room and have alone time. She didn't communicate that. She just said, I'm with my grandpa at the hospital. It's just really rough here. And so he's like, okay, hey, listen, get home safe, okay? Now listen, if I was in that position, I would have been like, okay, boys, I have 5 minutes, I'll get off. I have to go take care of her and whatever, right? Just because I want to be there for her when she gets home, right? And so when you have a partner who expects highly of someone, right? Most of the time it's because they had a life full of people that have given them super low standards. So they create high standards for themselves so that they never see people with low standards ever again. It's kind of a defense mechanism, kind of like a self-preservation kind of mechanism, method psychologically. And so when they create these high standards, right, these high expectations that these partners will meet, right? And most of the time they won't communicate that with their partner. They'll be like, they'll just live their life. They won't even communicate it because they expect it to themselves, right? They expect to come home with a dinner made. They expect to come home with flowers every week, whatever. But when that doesn't happen, or it happens lower than their expectations, they're met with the disappointment area, right? So in the space of the high expectations and reality, there's a disappointment area, right? And in that area, that disappointment is a very compact disappointment. So to her, she's driving home and she's like, oh, I can't wait to see I can't wait to see my boyfriend. I can't wait to have alone time and watch a movie, just relax. That's her high expectation that she hasn't spoken on, right? She hasn't spread the news on that expectation to him. So when she comes home and meets reality, right, he has his own stress. And to him, his stress relieving when she's not there is Fortnite, is TV, is doom scrolling, whatever, right? So that's what he was doing to relieve his own stress. And since she didn't tell him what she wanted to come home to, whatever, she comes home and meets reality. And reality for her is way lower than expectations. So she has met with this very, very strong disappointment phase. And I see this a lot. And then when she says, you know, like, oh, you know, so-and-so, I can't really trust you with these small things, these little things anymore. I can't trust you. I can't rely on you. First of all, that's some shit my mom would say. That shit hurts. That shit really, really hurts. Is it a bumblebee? Oh, it's sick. It's a yellow Porsche with like two. That's so cool. You know, that makes the matters worse. And I know she's not saying like, oh, Fortnite is evil or you're a bad person for not being there for me. I know that's the grief talking. That's the disappointment talking, right? That's on my teeth. I'm trying to get it out. Oh. Let me stick my teeth. But, and I said to him, I straight up said to him, I was like, I think she needs to work on wording things better. Because yeah, that's, you know, she was straight yapping out of just grief and disappointment, right? But it comes to a point where, because that grief and that anger can easily be put onto him, and it won't translate correctly because that's what she's thinking. But how he receives it is differently, because we all think differently, right? I could easily go, that's crazy. He put a fucking cigar in his mirror. I can easily go to my brother. He gets angry a lot, right? He perceives messages differently from other people. So I can go to him. I'd be like, sure looks nice on you, bro. And he'd be like, what are you saying? Oh, my other shirts don't look nice? Like, what? No, I'm saying that shirt looks really nice on you today. He'd be like, oh, what about my pants? My shoes don't look nice? I'm like, dude, come on, bro. So, like, you know, what you think is not what other people think. And so, yeah. And again, I'm not just defending him, right? But I will say a lot of the relationship is on her, because, but I don't blame her for it, right? Because she pays for half of the apartment that they both stay in, right? She doesn't cook all the meals, but she bears the expenses part of it, right? And it's tough, but he pays for dates, he pays for going out, whatever. So there's a nice balance to it. And she has lots of trauma, right? Like, her mom passed away from cancer, breast cancer, when she was young. Her dad's in jail. So it's tough. It's tough on her. I get that. But it comes to a point where, like, you are negatively affecting people that you love. And it's like, do you want to do that? Because you love these people, this guy. And so I told my buddy, I was like, I think she needs to go to therapy, or like at least just study on like how to word things nicer, I guess, right? Because she's what she thinks is what she says, and that is wrong. You have to have a filter of some sort, especially people with like very emotional mindset, or people that are very sensitive, like my buddy, you know. But also in a relationship, you don't want to say to someone that you love and you live with, right? You wouldn't want to be like that to them. You wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to be like, I'm sorry, because of that one slip up, I can't trust you with some little things anymore. I'm not sure if I can live with you anymore. It's like, what? It's like, come on, man. I messed up once. I will learn my lesson. I'll try my better next time. It's easy. Subi gang. I always get so jealous of like healthy looking Subarus. But yeah. Alright, I love all you guys. I'll catch you guys later. I gotta take a shit. Alright, GG's. And peace out. Yeah, so unspoken expectations, it leads to disappointment. You have to communicate your feelings. You have to communicate your thoughts. If you're in a relationship, just communicate. Just talk about whatever. And so I told him, I said, if I were you, because you have to build up that reliability now, right? I was like, next time she's about to come home, greet her at the door, right? Think about like a dog. It's sad, but think like a dog, right? When you come home, a dog is wagging his tail. He's like, oh my God, I want to sniff you. I want to learn about where you've been all day. That's what you gotta do. What you gotta do. It sounds corny as fuck, but it's what you gotta do. You gotta build that reliability again, right? My dog, you gotta do that shit. You gotta come when she gets home. You gotta be excited to see her. You gotta love her. You gotta show her how much you see her, how much she feels seen. Show her she feels seen, and learn about where she's been all day. Learn about what she's experienced. Learn about how she feels, right? And just be there for her. Hope this helps any of your relationships. I lost my relationship. But I'll see you guys later. Yeah, so communication is important. It's really important in relationships. And that's where like most breakups happen, right? If you look at it like often, it's really where most breakups happen is when people don't communicate with their partners. I'll see y'all later. Hope this helped. Peace out.